Some of the best and worst moments of my life have been alone with men, but my favorite times have been alone with a sandwich. We're out with our friends. We're celebrating my friend Maria's 24th birthday. And we're young enough that we spend the night dancing out, but we're old enough that we don't wear heels anymore. We know how lucky we are. None of us has broken our neck yet going up and down the stairs of a very dark club. So we don't take any chances, we wear flats. We're having drinks and we're dancing to a song by a Canadian rapper who will later be found to be texting underage girls. It's about midnight and the night is young still, but I feel tired, I feel hungry, and I really want to go home. So I started making a plan to get myself home. The club is close enough to my house that I could literally walk there, but it's so late that it's kind of dangerous, so that's ruled out. I could take the bus, but the walk is so far that it's almost the same as walking home, so that wouldn't work either. I check my purse and I have enough money for a taxi, so I guess that's gonna be the one. I don't love it, but also that means in 10 minutes I will eat a sandwich and 10 minutes later I'll be in bed. I walk out of the club and there's already a line of taxis waiting because this is a big city, and I hop on the first one. This is where I usually text my friend Maria the license plate number of the car I'm getting on as a safety measure. For those who are not people who are afraid of taxis. This is not a preemptive measure, it's more of a, if I go missing, this is where you tell the police to start looking measure. But I do it anyways. And this time, I don't know if it all happens so fast or why, but I forget. However, I do check that the face of the driver matches the face on the license that hangs on the passenger seat on the back. So that calms me down. You know, after all, I'm not drunk, I'm not wearing revealing clothes, and to be honest, I'm getting too old for human trafficking, so. I call this a safe ride home, except for the cigarettes and the dog hair. But I'm gonna be safe. We get to the corner of my house where I've been asked to be dropped off because I will never give anyone my real address. I can see from the seat of the taxi, the window of my house and the fridge, so my stomach is already so excited to be here. The taxi turns on the light and tells me how much it is. I give him a 20, I tell him to keep the change. I'm now thinking if I have ketchup at home, because this is gonna be one dry sandwich. I'm putting my wallet back in my purse when the taxi driver says, "Wait, do you wanna meet the company's head of security?" I'm 24. I'm old enough to know I'm not actually going to meet the company's head of security. I'm scared, and I pretend like I didn't hear, and I check that the doors are unlocked. The guy hears the click, and he says, "When you walk out, check the passenger seat." I'm pretty confident that I'm about to be flashed, but now I'm also worried that something even worse is about to happen on the passenger seat. I'm happy I'm wearing flats because I can run if I need to. And if I get out of this taxi, I will definitely take a picture of the license plate. I tell the guy, "I don't know what you're talking about," and I open the car. I get off, I walk 2 steps away. And on the corner of my eye, I see a hairy, tiny dog. This guy has been driving all night and just brought his friend along, a furry, fluffy, friendly poodle. I say, "Are you kidding? I thought you were about to flash me." And he says, "Oh no, ma'am, I'm so sorry, I just wanted to show you my dog, Luna." And I'm like, "What? Do you have any idea what it's like to be a woman, to be afraid all the time?" And he says, "Oh, I also have pictures of the other two." And I'm like, "No, sir. You have no idea. I am terrified all the time." And he says, "I am so sorry. I will never make this joke again. I apologize." I said, "You know what, sir? I'm also a little bit defensive, to be honest." I start calming down. He starts calming down. And eventually, we can kind of start laughing at this horrible misunderstanding that just happened. He walks back to his car, and now I'm staring at the passenger seat. And I can see that Luna is standing in his two back legs, clearly flashing me. I open the fridge and I start prepping a sandwich when I get a text from Maria that says, "Are you home? You haven't texted me yet." I put a slice of bread, the last slice of very dry cheese, and a very dead lettuce, and a top bread, and no ketchup. And I send that picture to her, to which she replies, "Oh my God, what a tragedy." So I know that not all dogs are rapists, right? But most rapists happen to be dogs. So if you're a friendly, fluffy, beautiful dog, I just ask you that you have a little patience with us, because we are a little defensive. After all, we just spent $20 when we could have walked home. We just collected evidence for a future missing person case, and we are really upset that we don't have ketchup for a sandwich. Thank you.
Oh, keep it going for Elianalacasa.